Good hello, everyone. It's that time of year. It's the
Hey, Central Florida, Mike Murphy.
make sure that this is turned off. There's no echo. I think it'll be fine. If there's problems, just yell at me into chat. I was all ready, and then I ended up. I forgot I had to wipe off my glasses. So my Clark Kent glasses. It's good to see everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. Wow, we have a whole bunch of people. So that's great. How is everybody doing? It's a big night. This is a make or break night for Donald Trump, I think, and the Republicans. I think they're kind of in trouble. So yeah. So this thing isn't starting. Everybody was like, well, why didn't you start earlier? Like, well, I didn't start earlier because the State of the Union doesn't start until 9, but it's probably not going to start until like 9:30 because he walks in and everybody shakes his hand and everybody's waving or holding signs like, saying he's a dictator or a king or whatever. So otherwise, it's thank you for tuning in. It's probably going to be a little boring for like the first couple of minutes, but in the meantime, if you're on Twitter, if you're on X, definitely follow me at Don't Walk Run, where I post a lot of stuff, as you can see. Or also, if you want to support the channel, you can head over to my very cool merch store. Oh, okay. Everybody's saying that I sound fine. Okay, good. Yeah, I just can't find my cursor. If you want to head over to my merch store, it is don'twalkrun.shop, where you can buy a very cool patriotic cat shirt. You can buy a Clown World shirt. You can buy a phone case. You can buy a whole bunch of stuff. It's very, very exciting stuff. But it's a great way to support the channel, and then you actually get something out of it. You get some cool, I don't know, you get some cool merch. So anyway, I think that this has not started yet. Let me just show you what is in the White House feed right now. It's basically, that's not it. It's basically just this. It's just like a list of all of his accomplishments. And look, Trump has accomplished a lot. And I think that maybe a lot of people believe that he is over promising on the economy. And the thing is, we had 4 years of crazy inflation, of just, crazy spending. And now the Democrats are like, there's an affordability. He promised lower prices. Where were you for 4 years? 4 years, the Democrats didn't say anything because it's their fault. The Inflation Reduction Act, which, blew up inflation. Or the CHIPS Act, which we didn't even need. We're just basically subsidizing chips companies. It's ridiculous. For now, I guess I'm gonna I'll read some super chats as they come in. But when the State of the Union starts, I will not read them until afterwards. So Buzzy181, thank you for the sticker, and the same with you, Big Dan 8461. I'm glad you can all hear me. If I just turned up my microphone just a little bit, make sure that everything's okay. And let's see. Oh, somebody super chatted me, and it says, "Hey brother, love your content. You seriously helped me get through how ridiculous the left is. Hope the speech goes well. Rubio, Vance, 2028. Maybe flip that around. Although, wow, he is incredible. Marco Rubio, easily two of the best people on the on the cabinet. Well, anyway, Vosboss 1346, thank you very much. And and another member, make it great, Don Trump's 47. Thank you for joining. So I guess you could. The camera lens makes your head look weird. I'm. Thanks. It's a webcam. It's a different camera than I usually use, like a professional camera to film all my stuff, like a Sony. It's just like a webcam. Anyway, my head doesn't look weird. It's fine. Dixie 90901 have been watching you for a while. Love your videos. Thank you so much. And yeah, so let's do like a mini preview of everything here. He really needs to, and he can't, because Trump can't focus. He can't focus on one thing. He's going to talk about every single thing. He has the room. He's just going to say anything and everything he wants. But he really needs to focus on the economy. He really needs to make sure that he addresses. He needs to say, look, midterms are coming up. Are you going to vote for the Democrats who put you in this economic mess? Or are you going to vote for the Republicans and just let us keep doing what we're doing? Like inflation is down. Wages are actually rising higher than inflation. The tariffs, the media and the Democrats are they're screaming that the tariffs, that they're all, it's just, that the consumers are paying 100% of the tariffs. That's not true. That is not true. Otherwise, inflation would be through the roof for everything from TVs to any kind of electronic thing. Your iPhone would be a lot more expensive. It's not true. And the Democrats can't shut up about it. And in the meantime, they're the ones that rose grocery inflation by like 23% over 4 years. So anyway, I don't understand is claymation stuff here. Anyway. But that's the big thing. He really needs to focus on the economy and say, look, gas prices are down, wages are up, tax refund season is coming, and you're going to get everything from, we're no tax on Social Security, on most Social Security, on tips, on overtime. The tax cuts continued. Like everybody's getting a tax cut. So it's it's not, oh, it's the billionaires. No, it's everybody. And really the Republicans, there needs to be better messaging. But I do think that the American people, hopefully by the midterms, will feel better, because gas prices need to go lower, and when that happens, people will feel it. And low energy cost drives down costs for everything, and that's really important. So do you think, somebody says, do you think he will explain how AI will bring jobs? Well, I'll tell you, it's helped with my productivity. Definitely makes research a lot easier to find stuff. And what's really interesting with AI is that AI kind of figures out what you're looking for, and it's not just bringing up a bunch of woke stuff. It's actually it tailors itself to what you're looking for and your sensibilities. It's not like it's not, AI can be woke. It just depends on the user. So Oh, and one thing actually, and it's very important, and I think he's going to talk about tonight, is that a lot of these data centers are driving up energy prices, and it's not fair to consumers because somebody's bill was $100 last year and now it's almost double because of the data center. So basically, I think he's going to address that and say something like, "Yeah, the data centers need to, actually pay more. They need, the people. It's not fair to regular, people. My energy costs have not gone up, in particular because I'm in Florida, but actually that's a really big thing, and that's like an affordability thing. And when Trump says it's an affordability hoax, he's not saying that the economy is a hoax. What he's saying is that the Democrats didn't talk about it for 4 years, and now suddenly they're obsessed with affordability. They're obsessed with lowering prices. And Trump never said the first day in office we're going to lower prices. He never said that. He said that he's basically going to come in and he's going to work to lower prices. He didn't say like on day one prices are going to be lower. He never said that. I think he has overpromised a little bit by saying that they're going to come down and they're going to come down fast. Well, it's more than a year. A lot of things have not come down. And I think, when the Democrats say the prices are higher, they're not lying, but they're not higher. They're only higher by like 2%. It's like normal inflation. It's not like, Trump did anything that's jacking up prices. It's not how it works. So, well, whatever. Anyway, so he's still, they're still running this claymation thing. So, but once it starts, we will definitely tune in. We will definitely see his entrance and all that junk. And I promise him I'm not going to be talking. I'm not going to be talking over Trump. I'm definitely going to be, adding context and stuff. So, in the meantime, and I'm not going to show it because I'll probably get copyright stricken, but Midas Touch is having like an alternate like State of the Union with like a whole bunch of let's see. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Not the actual video. It's this thing, the People's State of the Union, featuring like Adam Schiff and Ruben Gallego, and like, really? Like, why would you want to watch that? How about like watch nothing? If you're not going to watch Trump, you might as well just like watch Netflix. You might as well watch, I don't even know what the big Netflix movies are right now. Somebody says, best friend of Jesus, or Jesus, says, this man, hey man, I've been watching your stuff for 7 or 8 years. Keep it up. God bless. Thank you so much. And Eric Gilbert says, love your channel. Keep going, brother. I'm trying. Are the bricks behind you real? Yes, they do exist. That was from Tim Ashburn. And Big Dan says, Andrew, what's your take on how Trump is handling the Epstein files? I think Trump calling it a hoax doesn't mean that what happened is a hoax. It's just that the Democrats suddenly care because they think it can hurt Trump. I will say that that Pam Bondi and the administration just did not do a great job with putting these files out. Pam Bondi on this matter is very incompetent. The list is on my desk, and then there's no list. And let me say this. How are there like 10 million files on this guy? How does that happen? Are there 10 million of anything for most people? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how they're, and I'm not talking about pages. I'm talking like files. Like, That's like enough, but that's like every book that's ever been written about Abraham Lincoln. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. And this thumbnail is great. I whipped it up really fast. It's not AI. That's classic Photoshop. Lizzie 7859 says, Andrew, why do Dems keep doing this to themselves? Because they're, well, I'm gonna be nice. But what is funny though, that a lot of these Democrats are not showing up tonight. I think the last count I saw was like 72 Democrats, and that's a lot of people that aren't showing up. You know, they're resisting. which is hands down above and beyond what it's better than what they did last year with the signs and everything's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. The signs and the whiteboards and screaming at Trump, and I'm sure there'll be some kind of outburst. I'm sure that people are gonna, like that Al Green guy who was censured for waving a cane at Trump. They're probably gonna do it again. He's probably gonna do it again. I wouldn't put it past him. There's a lot of dummies. I'm really trying not to curse. Oh man. Liberty Vet says, and they claim minimum wage doesn't raise. Minimum wage raises inflation. And then Mayor Mamdani in New York, he's saying, well, if we don't get our taxes, we're gonna raise property taxes on our, if we can't raise the corporate tax to the wealthiest people by 2%, then we're gonna raise property taxes. How about you spend less? How about doing that? That would be nice. But no, and then you know what happens when you raise property taxes? Where do you think that landlords are getting that money? They're getting that money through rent. And a lot of these guys, their margins are just so thin anyway that they're going to have to raise rent. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand the reasoning for these people. They think, oh, they're rich. We need to soak the rich. You know, glad I'm not a millionaire. I'm glad I'm not living in New York. I never thought, if you asked me years ago if I would have ever left New York, I'd be, are you crazy? Would never leave here. No, bye. Bye-bye. TechWise 08 says, do you think he will explain, do you think he will explain how AI will bring jobs? We went over that. And I don't know, honestly, if he's going to really talk about AI. He'll probably mention it, but let's see. Mike Moran 0331 says, always figured if I had to pick a show to convert libs, it would be yours. Hard to refute your logic, and you always come with the receipts. That is right. And there's two things about, first of all, if you've never seen any of my videos, there's two things you need to know. I don't put filler in my videos. A lot of times I'm like, it's going to be like less than 8 minutes. It's just going to happen. And then, I'm just like finding new things. And, sometimes these videos come out to like 12, 13, even 20 minutes long. But people are like, it didn't feel like 20 minutes. And there's a reason for that, because I'm not like going over the same thing over and over again. I'm actually like I try to get to the point when I can. Because it's a video that I would want to watch, because I don't want to watch like an hour-long video, like, with like 50 different ads. Like, I don't want to have to skip through it to get to the point. So I make videos that I think people would want to watch. So there you go. So thank you, Mike Moran. And Big Herb, hello. He says, do you think AOC has ever, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Montukiel says, what do you think of the tariffs, good or bad? I think the tariffs are good. Like consumers, companies are affected too. I work for a company making high-tech machines. There is no U.S. competition, so companies have to pay more and have no alternative. So I think that I was watching Timcast last night, Tim Pool, and he was basically going off about the tariffs and how they're good. And here's the thing: there's a couple things to remember. We haven't been charging a lot of countries tariffs, but they charge us tariffs. So a lot of this are reciprocal tariffs. They're charging us, so we're going to charge them. And we're probably going to charge them a little bit more because they've been screwing us over for several years. That's what's happening. I think it'll, and there's other things, like there's tariffs on like these cheap cars from China, like these cheap electric cars. Like they're very high. Like, you know, it's like 200% tariffs or something like that. And the reason is that these cars are pretty cool, right? And if you flood the market with these cheap Chinese cars that look really neat, people are going to be like, oh, wow, let me buy that cheap car and not buy something that was made here in the United States. So a lot of it is to protect certain industries, like, say, you know, the steel industry or the car industry. You know, this is why tariffs are so high for certain things. And when the Supreme Court shut them down, a lot of it was because of the fact, oh, is this on yet? Oh, he's here. Well. I guess I missed all that. He's live now. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. All right, let me know if you guys can hear it.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
All right, make sure, tell me, okay, everybody can hear it, great, thank you. Finally, a live stream without a hitch. So far. Damn, he's
Second
a tall
Lady
kid.
of the United States.
Usha Vance. Look how tall Trump's kid is. It's unreal. It's like 8 feet
Members
tall.
of Congress and my fellow Americans. Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
Well, we're getting there. Oh, hey, oh, there's Elizabeth Warren and Chris Coons and... Yeah, don't clap
Less
about the
than
great
5
economy.
months from now, our
It's
country
terrible.
will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
Okay. Democrats don't agree, but who cares?
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
See, it sounds like a mission accomplished thing. We're not there yet. And most people aren't feeling it yet. They need to just be very... Oh, Al Green. Al Green is walking out. Bye-bye. Oh, he was holding a sign.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure.
I think they're chanting the overpower Al Green's yelling.
Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
Yeah, there's definitely a few empty seats
in which
on the Democrat side.
millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked. We now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Oh, great. You're showing these little graphics. The Law and Order graphic.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to clap for that, Democrats, would you?
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
Okay, well, he went from murder to inflation. Like, he made the zigzag. I don't trust the murder rate because
gasoline, which reached a
cities
peak
are
of
not.
over $6 a gallon in some states, under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
So, yeah, I don't trust these crime stats because a lot of blue cities are juking the stats still. So, take it with a grain of salt.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year.
Yeah, don't clap for that either.
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well. at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Again, he's all over the place. He's like mortgages and then foreign investments. it's not.
Think of
it's
it,
all over
much
the
less
place.
than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
Yeah, Biden was always like,
A short time ago, we were a dead country.
$200 million.
Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
We are getting a lot of global investments. Like just $18 trillion. That just doesn't even sound real.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
The Democrats definitely aren't standing for that.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
Hopefully in the next year or so, you'll see like a very big difference between the highs under Biden, which were like
More Americans
like
are working
1%.
today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Yep, that's very important. Even when it comes to like GDP, you know, they're counting like government job growth.
We
It's
ended
crazy.
DEI in America.
Yeah. Woo!
We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
Democrats aren't going to stand for that either.
And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Yeah, food stamps are not supposed to be like a permanent thing. It's supposed to like help you temporarily. It's not supposed to be like, okay, you get food stamps for the rest of your life. It's not how it works.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Yeah. Very cool. Wow. If you would have asked me if the Democrats were going to stand, I would have said no. Nice. Very cool. I like Trump's introduction to it. It was very good. Good job.
Go ahead.
Very cool, very cool. Red Letter Media.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually not.
Like he disrespected the women's team. And he was like, well, if I don't invite him, I'd be impeached. Which is that's just classic Trump. It doesn't mean he doesn't like women. People just want to paint him as a misogynist. It's insane. Oh, Susan Collins.
They were in the Oval Office before.
Why are you running again?
And I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
Is Trump going to give them all, like, medals? Like he did with Ursula Limbaugh. Like, and now you're going to all get medals. The Medal of Freedom. I don't recognize any of those people in the press. It's weird. I know, like the presidential press people.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. Do you practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Well, so maybe not the entire team, but I kind of called it. This is why these things are so long, everybody.
Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no, and every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you all. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
Well, somebody just gave me $100. Thank you so much.
I'm also pleased to say that
Big
the
Herb,
next
by the
time
way.
the Olympic
Thank you,
torch
Big
is
Herb.
lit, it will be
Wow.
here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
As long as the cartel doesn't like try and ruin it. Good luck. You're gonna have to have the National Guard down there protecting everybody. Dangerous.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
Yeah, we haven't heard about that in a while. The outrage
And
about
this
the
year,
National Guard kind of died
and
down.
I must say, I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place, and now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news.
Breaking news. No, we've known that.
So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
You mothers better stand. You better stand for these people. There we go. How can you not stand for that? Bless these people. Oh, there's another one down there too. Wow.
So, buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas, one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy.
Oh, right.
Very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Yeah, this is a big story. Like, this is like this guy's first assignment, and he's just like rescued all these people. Oh, the girl's here too. Think they're gonna have a bond for life? I think so. Poor kid.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Yeah, the water. Wow, that's something. Trump. Classic Trump. Liberty Vet says that Democrats leered from not standing last year. That's very true. And by the way, if there are super chats I haven't read yet, I will read them after the State of the Union.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
Huh, very cool. You get a medal, you get a medal.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much.
Oh,
Take care of that very
Trump
important
didn't know he did
service.
already.
Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
I forget what they're calling it. I think they're calling it like the Affordability Act or some BS like that. But they're trying to not call it the one big beautiful bill.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts.
Because why?
They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
You should follow that up with like, why wouldn't you want that, Democrats? Are you crazy? Why wouldn't you want that? Why did you vote against that?
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
Which is not a lot of cars, but but it's definitely incentive. I think it's like a certain amount has to be.
Recently in
not like
Pennsylvania,
100%.
I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
It's a lot of that. $5,000 is a lot of money.
Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan.
Well, she is standing up.
Thank you, Megan.
And who is the woman next to her? Are they both Megan? Is
Thank
it
you,
Spanish
Megan.
Megan?
We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name it.
Yeah.
I did not
the
name that.
Trump accounts. I don't know what the official name of the Trump accounts is for the.
Nobody
for the
believes
kids.
me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man standing right there in the third
I
row.
didn't name the Kennedy Center either. I didn't do that.
Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people.
Are they here? Are the Dells here?
You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school, and I made computers, and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling, and pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops, so I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
I've never owned a Dell computer. That's fun fact.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
Or the Democrats clapping.
But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved.
Yep.
And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
That'd be great. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but could be great. Who knows?
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite.
Trump
From
should be like,
trade
stand
to
if you love
healthcare,
America,
from energy
Democrats.
to immigration. Everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem.
Exactly.
You caused that problem.
Exactly. He should say, midterms are coming up, vote Republicans, or you want to go back to Bidenomics. That should be his strongest message.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Okay. No. Prices are not plummeting. They are,
The price of eggs
coming down.
is down 60%, Madam Chair.
Eggs, yes.
The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like
Depends where you are.
another big
A lot
tax
of
cut.
energy is up.
I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great health care plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost. In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big.
He talked
And I
about
did
this
that in my first term, and the
term,
Democrats
yeah.
immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened, and now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
And that's a really big one. With Biden and the Democrats are like, we're lowering prices for 10 drugs. We don't know which ones they are. You'll find out, though.
Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price.
I haven't seen studies yet. I don't know how much they're going
So in
down,
my
but that'll definitely
first
help
year,
with affordability.
Second term, should be my third term. But strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world
The fact
to
checkers
the
will be like,
lowest.
"He lost the
That's a big
election."
achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
I was going to make a joke saying I didn't name Trump RX either. He's so predictable.
And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big, Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom. So now I'm calling on Congress
No
to
medal?
codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills.
Talking about
Tonight,
that
I'm
earlier.
pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed an
like Shane
executive order
Gillis.
to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
Yeah, back to the electricity. Those prices can't come down fast enough, honestly.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
She didn't even get a home yet? Trump's like, and I got you home, and a medal.
We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. It's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Come on, you have permission. Oh, Hakeem Jeffries, he's not standing. He's got. There's a couple people. There's a couple Democrats clapping.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Oh, somebody's leaving. Like, nobody's touching my stock market.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse.
Oh, is Nick Shirley here?
This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although
Come on, give Nick
started
Shirley a
4
medal.
months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance.
The fraud czar, J.D. Vance. Is that what we're calling it? We should call it the fraud czar, unless somebody has a better name. Yeah, where is Nick Shirley?
Find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where corruption and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through
Yeah, this sounds getting weird.
immigration and open borders.
That's their fault, not mine.
Problems right here to the USA, and it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah. Delilah Coleman was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk.
Oh my God.
And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Aw. Aw. Poor kid. Aw. That's sad.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
And you'd think that'd be common sense. And the Democrats are, no. We're giving those CDLs to illegals. Oh my God.
And yesterday,
Unreal.
as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade. But she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Look how all the Democrats are like, but he said he was going to get rid of the worst of the worst. He's like, yeah, but you can... Oh, there you go. Spanish Megan. Poor woman. But yeah, you can get rid of everybody.
Thank you very much,
all of them.
Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Mm-hmm. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice, we'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Oh, not a single Democrat's gonna stand. Hell no. Oh, somebody's waving a sign. Somebody's waving a sign in the back. Of course. I don't know what the sign was. Here, real quick, if you can see it. That's what Al Green, that's the sign that Al Green was holding earlier. Yeah, like, no kidding. Yeah. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment this guy is. But yeah, you think, wow, this is something easy to clap for. You love America? Guess not. Not enough to stand. Unreal. Are we here to protect Americans or not? No? Vote no. Oh, Tim McBride is like... all the way to the right-hand side of the
Isn't
screen.
that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself, not
Yes.
standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Unreal.
That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes. I wish we would have gone after sanctuary cities a lot harder in the first term. It never made sense to me.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
There we go. This is a super popular bill.
To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
But I'm the governor of California. I don't know where my birth certificate is. How would you even find one?
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
And then Democrats are like, but it's very rare. It barely happens.
No more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
I'm looking at like.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
I don't know if it's very high with Democrats. But they don't
And even
understand.
the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good.
No good.
Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
I don't. It's a lot more complicated than getting past this talking filibuster thing. But I mean, it would be nice to at least see him try.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
He's calling out John Thune. He's like, John, you gotta stop it. You do it. Good for Trump. Because a lot of people are really angry.
And here
at
is
John
one
Thune
more
right now.
opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight
need to get
are
it done
Sage
soon.
Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full-ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
If I was that girl, I'd be very embarrassed.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? And now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents.
Yeah.
But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
I mean, it's just very common sense. But you know.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Yes! Yes!
Amazing.
This is great.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh?
Damn. These are going to be clips.
No one
that are
cares
floating around
more
for
about
weeks,
protecting America's
months.
youth than our wonderful
Excellent.
First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have
didn't see
believed that?
Melania, but I will.
Over the past year,
when it comes
she
to
has had an
pay-per-view.
incredible impact championing AI
Maybe.
legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
The cat's trying to jump on the desk. Everything's very fragile here.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk. Great guy, great man.
Baxter, say hi. Good job. Sorry, buddy. He can't land a desk. There's no
So
room.
last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Baxter. Nope. All right. Bye, Baxter.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
State of the Meowian. Meowian.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see.
Oh, sorry. So,
Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zaretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Didn't have to happen. Awful. 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 That poor woman.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking
Good.
this Congress to pass
Good,
tough
good.
legislation to ensure that
Call-
violent and
call
dangerous
them out.
repeat offenders are put behind bars,
Love
and
it.
importantly, that they stay there.
Man, Trump calling them out, it's absolutely important. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
Second time he's mentioned Washington, D.C.
In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
If you can believe the stats. Again, the stats in Washington, D.C. were being manipulated,
They don't like to hear that.
allegedly.
One of sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like it.
I mean, what can you say, you know? Show the Democrats. Oh, okay, well, while they're standing,
So
I'm
sorry.
shocked.
Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot
Is he
violently
here?
in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night, and she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying, and after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right.
Is that him? Oh, wow. It is him. Oh, wow. God damn.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met.
Give them both a medal, dude.
With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, why does he look like Shane Gillis?
Thanks, Andrew.
He kind of
Thank
does.
you very much.
Wow. That's amazing. This was probably the biggest surprise. I would have never expected to see him here. I mean, nobody really knew about his progress, but like, good for him.
So, Andrew,
bless
while
him.
you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Well, they were going to get it anyway. But yeah, of course they got to get a medal. Give them a medal that they were definitely that you wouldn't expect them to get. Aw. And you can tell that those parents are very appreciative of what Trump is probably doing for them. You don't see that kind of love with Joe Biden. That's for sure.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Sick people. Cambodia and
They're saying
Thailand.
that he didn't end wars. He's a
Pakistan
liar.
and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and
Baxter's
Serbia,
here again.
Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia,
Stay there. Who cares?
Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
He hasn't mentioned Ukraine yet. And I think it's like the 4th anniversary. So I'm wondering if that's happening soon. Probably because there isn't really any progress.
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
He's in the pose that he's in the meme. He's
People
sitting
like you.
exactly like.
You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever. Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that?
Can't find my. By the way, here. behind the scenes. Baxter is definitely in the way here.
Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28.
I feel like he's definitely not reading off of the script right now.
But we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job. And we're working very hard to end the ninth war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month.
There we go, Ukraine, finally.
1,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president.
If I were president.
Would have never happened.
Yeah, it's...
As president, I will
it.
make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer. Good.
It's like 4 Democrats clapping about that.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Off the script right now. Soleimani, I did it. I got him. We ended him. My first term, we could have done it.
And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like, 32,000 protests. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue. They're starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
So I think we're in the 3rd hour. I don't know how long this is. It seems very long. Seems like a very long, let's see.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy.
Hour and 22 minutes.
But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Will the Democrats stand up and clap for that? Reluctantly.
And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also,
You're repeating
just
yourself, Mr.
approved
President.
$1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
And he's going to talk about renaming the Department of Defense to Department of War. Right?
So thanks to Republicans in Congress who are investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO.
We know this.
Now
You
they're
talk
paying
about it all the
5 as
time.
opposed to not paying 2. And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying
2%,
the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up.
5%.
Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member
See,
recently.
there you go. That's a big deal. That's super important. Recruitment levels.
And every
need to
service
go up and
member
stay up.
recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776.
All right, one more time, Baxter.
You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have. We have extra money that people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute, for one more dollar, we
give
can have
Baxter a treat.
$1,776. It's going to I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement.
We all love our
We love
military.
our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen.
And they
We're
deserve,
also-
they deserve more pay. Always more pay. Unlike our do-nothing Congress. Give them the money.
We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Stand up for that, Democrats. There's like one Democrat clapping. That's nice. Good job.
And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it.
I want to see the movie about capturing Maduro. I want to read books about it. It's just so fascinating.
They all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that, my baby. It's becoming so important.
I love how I love when. Remember one of the first questions during Biden to Jen Psaki was, "Are you going to get rid of Space Force?" I mean, this is how upset. Like if Joe Biden said, "Let's make Space Force,"
and America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
The next step is to get them to conduct.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States.
Legitimate
and it also opens
elections.
up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released,
but he's here tonight.
He is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
He's here tonight. Oh man, it's like a template. It's just like, but get the energy back up, Trump. Like this, talking about the wars. Is, you know, come on. It just steam rail past it, and let's keep moving. Keep it moving. We don't have another 45 minutes of this.
Okay, have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique.
That's great.
There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter, a big beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good?
Somebody go, woo!
While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another.
Oof.
He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces.
Oof.
And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter.
Kinda is.
To deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so
I
the
too
gunners could
enjoy the use of my legs.
take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission. We probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle.
I feel
Chief
like he's
Warrant Officer
reading this from memory.
Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy, come on in.
Yeah, you mother effers better stand. Oh, yeah, they're all looking in the wrong way. I hope he has his legs still. Come on, show him. Oh, they're giving him a medal, of course.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Very cool. Oh, Mark Kelly with his phone, like, oh, what a great moment. F. Mark Kelly. Traitor. Wow. Yeah, I want to, like, that's the first time, I don't know if any of you heard that story. I didn't hear that story about this soldier. I want to hear all about that. I'm dying to hear, like, you know, fine details about this operation, because it's honestly incredibly impressive. Just what we've heard, and I'm sure it's like deeper. Somebody's like, why does he look like a robot?
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And
Nice.
Eric will be there. Thank you.
Somebody says, dude's got a chin like a brick.
Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator.
Oh, we're almost done.
Navy fighter pilot Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in
Mogged by
1952,
Don.
Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the
If you can, you're
United
100 years
States
old.
to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Aw, Melania gets to do it. Oh, that's fun. She's so classy. Oh yeah, he's like, yeah. It's like a lot of Oprah, Dr. Phil going on. Like, you get a car, you get a medal, you get recognition. But whenever everybody says that Trump hates veterans, or just look at him. Just look at how genuinely proud he is about these people. So, you know, it's just the narrative that these Democrats push is just, and people believe it because they want to believe it. You think Trump would do any of this if he didn't care? I mean, really, do you think that? Okay, we're good, guys. We can, sit down. I mean, he deserves it, though. There
Thank
you
you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. But if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday.
go. Headline, Trump
But
wants
you know,
the
that's our
Congressional
highest
Medal of
honor,
Honor.
Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing. And
Trump wants
it's
it.
an honor to be in the same room
gonna give it
with
to
you.
himself.
Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
He's going to give the medal to himself. He's going to give all the medals to himself. Trump's crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, MS Now, I guarantee that there's going to be some kind of headline. Trump wants the medal for himself. He's going to give himself a medal.
Thank you.
He's going to change the law.
250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel, and then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs.
Wrap it up, Mr.
For
President.
years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas,
This should have
and
been
from
the
the
speech,
historic streets of Philadelphia
like on
to
July
right here
4th.
in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
this wasn't bad. There was a lull, for sure. There was a lull, you know, when he was like talking about the wars and such. This was an hour and 46 minutes at least. So not bad. In a way, I was kind of expecting like a 3-hour speech, like this wouldn't end. I mean, like, you know, of course, there's so many applause lines and everything. Wow, see, oh, okay. Yeah, the Democrats are like, oh, is he? Oh, I thought maybe he was going to the Supreme Court, but I think they've just, I think they've left already. Yeah, oh, that's Kat. Oh, Nicole Malliotakis under Scott Bessent. And, yeah, overall, what would you, okay, guys, what would you rate it on a scale of like 1 to 10? What would in the chat, what would you hit it as, fart spray is a real deal. Oh, Nancy Mace, yeah. Oh, there's the football player. Can't remember his name this second. That's it? Wow, that's it? Sad. I thought they'd be showing more. Yeah, what's happening here? So yeah, so okay, 6, 7, 8. I mean, look, for a State of the Union, it wasn't the slog that I thought it was going to be. I was kind of not looking forward to this because these things are usually so long. That's what she said. But by the way, let me show you real quick. Again, Baxter here. Yeah, he was definitely. I had to give him some treats and kind of throw him out. He was determined to hang out on the desk. So look, overall, there were, you know, he gave out a lot of medals. He had like a lot of applause lines. Yeah, somebody said he's cogent. He was cogent for sure. You know, like, I remember a couple of these Biden addresses that were strong out of the gate. Like he had a lot of energy, and then after maybe 15, 20 minutes, it dipped, and you know that he was not about that. He was not. Like whatever they gave him was wearing off. Let's just say that. So, yeah, wow, that's crazy. But look, this was not a bad State of the Union. I like him calling out the Democrats. I think that you're going to see a lot of those viral clips over the next couple days. It was really like he did what we were all thinking. You know, like they're not standing up for loving America or like, you know, following laws. It's just wild. He called him crazy and he's pointing out. And it doesn't seem like there were really any major disturbances from the Democrats. And they definitely were not as embarrassing as they were last year with the little paddles and the signs and everything. Still embarrassing anyway, but not terrible. I mean, I've seen worse. Like here's here's Ilhan Omar. When probably when they were mentioning the Somali community, she was probably like, yeah, there was there was some good stuff in here. Yeah, look at this. She's like, I hate America. Unreal. Okay, so let's get to some super chats. Let's see here. I'm sure they're here somewhere. Let's see. Thank you all for oh, I see you guys are starting to leave, so that's funny. Let's see here. So New Money 402 says Dems for Trump. Thank you. Nod Disciple says, I know me voter ID. New Money 402 also says, we as Americans need to step out of the echo chambers and be willing to do what our forefathers did and listen to the opposing idea and still find a way to get along. That's true. Ms. Mo, just give thumbs up. Thank you. Eat more pizza. That was from before. Democrats are leering the hard way. Trace Station says, are confirming bias channels / news our confirmation bias channels / news is hurting us more than anything. Algorithm exposure to critiques of Trump to be objective, see nuance missing. Well, if you guys follow me on Twitter, which you absolutely should, don't walk run at on X. You will definitely see that I am critical of Trump. Like not for everything, but I'm not one of the, and I'm not going to mention names, but there are definitely accounts that are very much like, they're just perpetual cheerleaders of Trump. He can do no wrong. And I don't play that. I can't. I get it's tiring. You know, I don't, it's fake. And for those of you who have followed me for a while, you know that I'm a straight shooter and I don't, you know, I mean, I like Trump a lot, but I'm not like the crazy cheerleader that, oh, he's great and he's perfect and he's infallible. No, he makes a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of dumb stuff that he does. But I guess, Trey, your point is, look, you definitely need to listen to other things and cut through all the BS. There's nothing wrong with that. And I suggest, you know, listening to things like, you know, watching some Young Turks clips sometimes. Watch MS Now, watch CNN. Because otherwise, you know, if you're just watching Newsmax and, you know, just like my channel, whatever, like, you know, it's not enough. People need, you need to expand your horizons. And then that way you can see what the other side is pushing, see what the other side is lying about, see how they're spinning things. And then you can also see how the Republicans are spinning certain things. There's nothing wrong with expanding your horizons. And it's like when they ask like Sarah Palin, they're like, which newspapers do you read? She's like, all of them. It's like, well, which ones? Like, read everything you can. Read the New York Times, read the Washington Post, read The Intercept, read everything. I mean, not that, you know, people have all that time in a day. That's my job. I'm constantly in front of a computer screen. Liberty Vet said earlier, I don't know if I read this before, but it's still funny. Democrats leered from not standing last year. Tyson the Gringo says, Dylan Larkin, get back to Detroit and get us into playoffs. Not a sports guy. I've worked in sports, not really a sports guy, but good job. Let's see. Not Disciple says 18 trillion and we are still in debt. And also, hello, based cat. Nick Smith says, I was first introduced to your channel, faithful, notified subscriber, 8 years. After all the AOC videos, I figured you would have a field day with Mom Donnie. Well, I did a Mom Donnie video that was actually pretty popular. But he's only been in office for like less than 2 months. So, you know, but the thing is, when I do these videos, about New York or about Atlanta and stuff, they tend to not get the wide audience. It's almost like there's kind of less interest in certain things, even though I find them extremely interesting. Like the videos that I did about the Tennessee Three, the 3 members of the legislature in Tennessee that like had a little protest, and then they were all, you know, impeached, or 2 out of 3 of them were impeached. So, Spottable Carp says, finally someone acknowledged that we get tariffed, but we're the bad guys if we do it back. Exactly. Democrats don't want to talk about that stuff. They don't understand the tariffs. I even posted like Ken Martin, like the Democrats posted something the other day. What did I, let's see here. They said, and tell me if this makes sense. Where'd it go? They basically said that like 96% of the tariffs were paid for by Americans. It's like, well, that's not true, because otherwise we would have double-digit inflation. Like, you know, a lot of companies are eating some of the costs, and it's not like they're, you know, like let's say you get a 10% tariff on something, but the thing only cost you $1 to make, so then you're paying an extra 10 cents. Some companies can eat that. Some of the manufacturers, some of the companies in China or wherever will maybe give a discount. You know, Americans are not going broke because of tariffs. It's an absolute lie. And also, if they're like, well, but Americans are paying $2,000 more in tariffs. It's like, well, remember, Trump was going to pay that much, like, in a rebate. So no. And now the rebates are going to be off because thanks to the Supreme Court. But anyway, Jason S4K says, I miss your Biden videos. This is resident of the White House. I don't miss them. I miss the revenue that they were making for me. I miss the easy content, but I don't miss Joe Biden. I'm glad he's gone. I'm happy for America. Kyle Harlow says, I'm glad Gavin Newsom can't read this. That might have to be a future video, because that guy is... Brian Babcock says, love your content and channel. Colbert is such a drama queen. Yeah, I'm so glad he's leaving in May. I for one will celebrate. Adrian Rosario says, love your content. Greetings from Vancouver, Florida. Vancouver, Florida, jeepers. Vancouver, Canada. Vance Rubio 2028. And I think that I don't think that there's going to be like a primary battle between Republicans for 2028. I think it's all but all but a guarantee that it's going to be Vance Rubio, because they're very good friends. Like Vance is like Rubio's best friend in the cabinet and vice versa. So, and which is good to hear. And Rubio's come a long way from, the drinking water incident. When, there was the Republican response to one of Obama's State of the Unions, and he had like a mishap with water. And the thing is, when Trump drinks water, like he'll drink with like two hands, right? And he looks like he's being careful. And I do that because if I'm recording something, and I'm on camera and I need some water, I don't want suddenly I've dribbled water on my shirt, or made a mistake spilling it or whatever, like I was rushing, and then he got to change a shirt, or it's like, if Trump dribbled water on his tie, they'd say they had dementia or something. They wouldn't shut up about it. It would be ridiculous. So we all, and I might have to show this later on Twitter, but there was like some screenshot from one of these terrible Twitter accounts, like Republicans Against Trump or something, where they show him like he has his eyes closed. He doesn't have his eyes closed. He's just like, it's just the angle, because like when he's signing papers, like it looks like his eyes are closed, but he's like he's looking at the thing. It's just the angle in his eyes. Like he's just like a squinty guy. So yeah, that when you see like, oh, he was falling asleep. No, it's just the angle at the camera. If you had the camera like on the floor shooting up, you'd see his eyes were open. And even if he like dozed off or whatever, who cares? Biden did that perpetually. But if you see any of that, know that he's probably not asleep. Just to point that out. Let's see. Big Dan 8461. Andrew, what's your take on how Trump handled and is handling the Epstein files? I answered that before, and I will say that it hasn't been perfect. I think people should have been fired. But eventually I'll do a video about it, because it's still happening. And nobody, it's like, what am I? And people are like, why are you doing it? Why are you covering Epstein? Well, I've talked about it a lot on Twitter. If you want to see stuff about Epstein, go on Twitter. I've talked about it a lot there. It's just, I don't know what you talk about in a video and that other people haven't talked about before. I'm not avoiding it. It's just that I don't feel like I have a better take than other people, and other people have covered it extensively. And it's not that go to my Twitter. I've talked about it a lot, but on YouTube, it's just not, a thing. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Kyle Harla says, how about Juliana Stratton's F Trump ad? That's the lieutenant governor of Illinois, who's actually flailing in the polls. So her putting out a video where she's like cursing, is kind of like a last minute Hail Mary thing. It's not going to help her. She's going to lose. I don't even know who's running. I just know that she's polling badly. Victor Wright gave some money. Eric Gilbert says, love your channel. Keep going, brother. Let's see. Yehosh, YEHOSHUAD, says, I've been watching your channel for a long time. I've enjoyed your content for years. Greetings from Jerusalem, Israel. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. And Monkill, who put out a super chat in like before I even started to stream, and said, I'm going to buy an island so I don't have to deal with politics drama anymore. Whatever you do, it's just going to get worse. Maybe not an island. maybe lay off the island stuff. Did Mr. Beast buy an island? I feel like he did. And then Duke Dunby says, hey dude, huge fan for years and thrilled to see a live. Would you support a policy that all Senate and Congress hold a JD so they know law? You know what's funny? A long time ago in a live stream, I made a dumb statement saying that well, not a dumb statement. I said that I felt like the best legislators would be lawyers, people who have a law degree. And that I would not run because of that. Well, that was, first of all, is Congress in Andrew's future? Who knows? I'm not ruling it out. Not ruling it out. It's something that could happen. Way down the line, perhaps, but I'm not ruling that out. Do I have a law degree? No. Do I have a JD? No. But does it matter? So thank you for that, and not announcing anything. Mr. Brewman says, Trump effing destroyed the left tonight. Finally, a president with balls. Thank you, Andrew, for helping me leave the left 4 years ago. I did that? Man, I don't know. Don't blame me. But yeah, but congratulations. You're in the yeah, look, I'm sure, look, if Gavin Newsom can run for governor and president and not knowing how to read, I could probably eventually run for Congress without a law degree. So there you go. I'd move to Florida for Congressman Andrew. Well, Andrew for mayor? Nah, I don't want to be mayor. I'd rather be on a national level. I'm too important to squander my talents in some local stuff. Yeah, so this is a good speech. Bravo. I don't know where to find a Democrat response, honestly, and I don't know if anybody really cares. So, you guys want to watch it? If you guys want to watch it, we'll watch it. How about that? If you guys want to watch the response, say yes in the chat and I will put it on. If not, we can call it a night. Eat More Pizza says, if you were a bartender, you could be in Congress. All right. I guess we will watch it. Let's do this.
Democrats, rural hospitals, stripping healthcare from millions of Americans and driving up costs in energy and housing, all while cutting food programs for hungry kids. But
okay, I'm gonna. Oh, let me do this here. So first of all, she just lied. She's basically saying the Republicans are the ones that are rising, energy costs and stuff like that. It's not true. Most of that stuff's done on a local level.
here in Virginia, I am working with our state legislature to lower costs and make the Commonwealth more affordable.
So is she really blaming Virginia Republicans for high prices? That's crazy. That's nuts.
And it's not just me. Democrats across the country are laser focused on affordability. in our nation's capital and in state capitals and communities across America.
Where was
In the
that
most
laser focus for
innovative
4
and
years?
Exceptional nation in the history of the world. Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems that keep them up at night.
She wants to be a vice presidential candidate.
Live, whether you can afford to start a business or whether you have to skip a prescription in order to buy groceries. So I'll ask again, is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family?
Yes.
All know the answer is no.
No, you
I
liar.
grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse, and my father was a career law enforcement officer.
And I was a CIA
I began
agent.
my career by following in my father's footsteps as a federal agent, working money laundering and narcotics cases. I worked side by side with local and state police to keep our communities safe and to uphold and enforce the law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it is a unique responsibility to do the serious work of investigating crimes, comforting victims, and making arrests. It's about building trust, and that requires an abiding sense of duty and commitment to community. And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal agents into our cities, where they have arrested and detained American citizens and people who aspire to be Americans. And they have done it without a warrant. They have ripped nursing mothers away from their babies. They have sent children, a little boy in a blue bunny hat, children to far-off detention centers. And they have killed American citizens in our streets.
Not the little boy with the blue bunny hat. Ah. Unreal. Yeah, talk about that little boy's cowardly father who ran away from ICE. You want to talk about that? And then the people wouldn't open the door. Like the other parent wouldn't open the door to let the kid in because they were afraid that they were going to get taken by La Migra. He's seething right now.
And they have done it all with their faces masked from accountability.
No. I hate this already.
Every minute spent sowing fear is a minute not spent investigating murders, crimes against children, or the criminals defrauding seniors of their life savings.
How can you say that you want to protect children, but in the meantime, we had hundreds of thousands of children trafficked in the United States under Biden? The audacity from these people. The absolute audacity. Unreal.
Our president told us tonight that we are safer because these agents arrest mothers and detain children. Think about that. Our broken immigration system is something to be fixed, not an excuse for unaccountable agents to terrorize our communities.
But it's okay if you terrorize those agents. That's fine now.
After working in law enforcement, I continued my career of service as a CIA officer, working undercover to protect the United States and our allies from global threats, terrorism, nuclear weapons, and the aggression of adversarial nations around the globe.
She didn't do any of that.
But as the president spoke of his perceived successes tonight, he continues to cede economic power and technological strength to Russia, bow down to China, bow down to a Russian dictator, and make plans for war with Iran. Here's the truth. Over the last year, through DOGE, mass firings, and the appointment of deeply unserious people to our nation's most serious positions.
Okay. So much to unpack here. They're talking about deeply unserious people to Biden's cabinet. You had a mayor that couldn't fix potholes and you made him the transportation secretary. Becerra, Fauci, the Department of the Interior, the former Congresswoman, like half of his cabinet was like DEI central. It's like Lloyd Austin, and he didn't fire anybody. He didn't. We had one of the worst military debacles in the modern era, and not a single person was fired for it. Not a single person. And this loser is going to say, oh, these are unserious people in Trump's cabinet. The audacity. I do not like this woman. Unreal. As if Kamala Harris was a serious person. Really. She made an AI speech which was just like what the F? And then JD Vance makes one which was brilliant. And he actually understands what AI is. She's like, AI is like you find it on your phone. Holy crap. All right. Oh my God.
Our president has endangered the long and storied history of the United States of America being a force for good. So I'll ask again, is the president working to keep Americans safe, both at home and abroad? We all know the answer is no. In his speech tonight, the president did
Run for president, I dare you.
He lied, he scapegoated, and he distracted. And he offered no real solutions to our nation's pressing challenges, so many of which he is actively making worse.
No.
He tries to divide us. He tries to enrage us, to pit us against one another, neighbor against neighbor.
Look in the mirror, you ghost. What the hell? It's Trump. And this is their whole thing. They don't have plans. It's all Trump bad. Is Trump making you safe? Trump is bad. This is wild.
And sometimes he succeeds. And so you have to ask, who benefits from his rhetoric, his policies, his actions, the short list of laws he's pushed through this Republican Congress? Somebody must be benefiting. He's enriching himself, his family, his friends. The scale of the corruption is unprecedented. There's the
He's paying for a ballroom. He's helping to pay for a $200 million ballroom. But yeah, he's grifting the taxpayers. Unreal. These people. You want to talk about the Clinton Foundation? I can't wait for them to ask that to Hillary and Bill and under their subpoena.
The cover-up of the Epstein files, the crypto scams, cozying up to foreign princes for airplanes and billionaires for ballrooms, putting his name and face on buildings all over our nation's capital. Okay,
I have to admit that the whole thing with the Kennedy Center, like naming it the Kennedy Center and the Trump Center, it's just weird to me. And it's one of those, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't name Trump RX. Wouldn't you just go, can you just name it something else? Because people are going to be like, it makes no sense about but whatever. Like 99.99999% of Americans will never even see the Kennedy Center in person, let alone go attend a show at the Kennedy Center. So there are bigger fish to fry. Do I care about it? Like, do I think it's weird? Yeah. Am I allowed to criticize it? For sure. But like on my list of things to care about, it is way at the bottom. Like, I don't care. But, you know, but it's just something to criticize Trump about if you're a Democrat. So
This is not what our founders envisioned, not by a long shot. So I'll ask again.
Great crowd.
Is the president...
Shut up.
But here's the special thing about America. On our 250th anniversary, we know better than any nation what is possible when ordinary citizens, like those who once dreamed right here in this room,
Like Renee,
reject
good.
the unacceptable and demand more of their government. We see it in the determination of students organizing school walkouts all across the country, whose voices are becoming so powerful that the governor of Texas seeks to silence them.
That's what she has? Praising students walking out of high schools to protest ICE. That's it? Really? And if you watch some of these videos, they didn't do anything about it. They thought it was like a free school day. Like, hey, we're off today. We get to walk out of school, and then they were wreaking havoc. Nobody cares. And kids are stupid.
We see it in the bravery of Americans in Minnesota.
And the students are
standing.
Let's see. He's Iron Tough says students aren't organizing those. That is true.
Up for their communities, from peacefully protesting in sub-zero temperatures to carpooling children to school so that their immigrant parents are not ripped away from them in the parking lot.
We're protecting illegal immigrants from getting deported by hiding them. It's Anne Frank 2.0. This woman is insufferable. Insufferable.
As a mother of 3 school-aged daughters, I am inspired by their bravery. But I am sickened that it is necessary. And Americans
I hate that
across
my
the
daughters have to not learn. Guarantee her daughters are all in private schools. And she's against school choice, of course.
Are taking action. They are going to the ballot box to reject this chaos. With their votes, they are writing a new story, a more hopeful story.
The only reason this chick is a governor is because the Republican was not up to snuff. Let's just be real. It was not it was a poor candidate. And in New Jersey, that guy Citarelli, like, really smart guy. If you actually listened to him talk about his policies, he's like very pro New Jersey. He was very like all over this affordability, which is basically like reversing a bunch of Democrat stuff. And they voted for the Democrat. They were like, "Whoa, we pay all these taxes and we pay all these prices, and let's just vote another Democrat in because that'll help." Idiots. In New Jersey, good luck. Good luck. And Virginia, good luck.
In November, I won my election by 15 points.
Yeah, because terrible candidate.
And we won 13 new seats in our state legislature.
Because Virginia, I'm sorry. All right, I'm not going to insult Virginia. Sorry. Okay. Let me catch up on some of this, the fan funding. Kyle Harlow says, I would pay money out of my own pocket to have AOC speak at the Munich conference every year. She made mistakes every time she spoke, by the way, which is great. FU Butthole says, well done. This is how I will watch the speech going forward. Ryan Zutel says, you help me leave Bernie for a life and lives 6 months. Okay, well, if you were a Bernie bro, I'm sorry, but you know, things you know, things have to change. Can't be Bernie Bros forever. You heard me. O3H says yes. Oh, to listen to the thing. Moose Turdler says Andrew for Congress or Coffee Fund. You decide. Probably coffee for now. Feral Inferno asks, Batman Begins follow-up video when? I was just actually thinking about that. Just so you know, the very first video I released, I basically made my channel for like to post this one video, and I didn't have any plans to post another video on the channel. It was basically just that. So it's basically, let's see if I can make this work here. It's a Batman Begins review. It's a bad movie. I will die on this hill. It is a bad movie. And if you want to watch it, just click on it. It's called Batman Begins Review. Just go to my channel and just type in Batman and that'll come up. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna watch like another minute of this, and I'm actually getting mad because I do not like this woman.
Voters decided they wanted something different.
They wanted something different. They had 4 years. They had 4 years of Biden destroying the economy, and they're like, yeah, we need to vote for Democrats because that's different. What?
Our campaign earned votes from Democrats, Republicans, independents, and everyone in between, because they knew as citizens they could demand more, that they could vote for what they believe matters, and that they didn't need to be constrained by a party or political affiliation. This is happening across the country. New Jersey elected Mikey Sherrill as governor in a double-digit victory.
Yeah, because Citarelli had, I think it was like his third time running for governor. It's like, at least, you know, get the hint. I think you should run for governor maybe twice. And if you lose twice, you probably, and I guarantee she mentions Mamdani too. I guarantee she mentions Mamdani. Because affordability.
Democrats flipped state legislative seats in places like Georgia, Iowa, Mississippi, and Texas. The list goes on and on.
Okay, but flipping seats doesn't.
Americans are stepping up to run in the spirit of our forefathers. They are
Fine,
running to demand more and to do more for their neighbors and communities. I know this story well. I first ran for office in 2018 alongside dozens of other Democrats who did the seemingly impossible, flipping 41 seats in Congress. In my case, I was the first Democrat elected in 50 years, swinging our district 17 points. Those who are stepping up now to run will win in November because Americans, you at home, know you can demand more, and that we are working to lower costs. We are working to keep our communities and our country safe, and we are working for you.
Okay, and I've had enough. I've had enough of this chick, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I don't want to put you guys through it. It makes, you know, ugh. Anyway, Nod Disciple says they want back their unpaid labor states. So thank you guys for joining in tonight. This was fun. I hope it was worth the time. I think it was. I was not really looking forward to the speech, honestly, because again, these things can be a slog, you know. But I'd say overall, like I'd say like at least 75% of the Trump speech was good. There were moments, we know what they were, but for the most part, it was a solid speech. Lots of applaud lines. Maybe a few too many medals and awards and giving out stuff, but for the most part, you know, And it says stream more. Well, I will probably try because I finally have like a setup, and also back, like, there were times where I would, like, YouTube was like insane, right? Because I would like not even start a live stream. I'd schedule a live stream and it would immediately demonetize it, saying that I had broken guidelines. I hadn't even started streaming yet. And there's actually a lot of my live streams, which I didn't do anything wrong. And, you know, this is from years ago. And like, then they were like limited ads, and like there was like ad suitability saying it, you know, it wasn't advertiser friendly, and it was due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers, which was BS because, you know, but I used to have problems like that all the time. And now that YouTube they've gotten better, but I was always afraid to do live streams because I was always like I'd start them and then, like, you know, I wasn't making any money. And also when stuff isn't monetized, it's not pushed out. So then, like, nobody would see it. And it was just not, it wasn't worth it to me. And I was like, I'd rather just take that energy and put it into more videos. So that's an explanation for that. So hopefully I will do more live streams in the future. Just in the meantime, please. Why are we still looking at her? You're right. I'm sorry. If you guys want to support the channel, make sure you subscribe. That would be great. I've kept the prices down on the shirts, just because, you know, I want people to wear them. They're all designed, like, they're all my design. A friend of mine, like, made she actually did like the artwork for the Clown World shirt, but like, this is, you know, she did a great job, by the way. But like the patriotic cat, like, that's my design. There's some good stuff in there. Anyway, but if you want a shirt, I mean, people have no idea what this patriotic cat is. They'll have no idea. And you can just kind of walk around and go, hey, I'm a conservative, and you have no idea. You're just looking at a cat with although the American flag might trigger people, but, you know. Little bit of everything. 5801 says, fun show, sorry to solicit, but I made a cool flash drive with all of Wikipedia plus way more. I don't. You have Wikipedia on a flash drive. I mean, okay. Good luck with that, dude. Like, do we want to do we even like Wikipedia? Anyway, but thank you for that little bit of everything, and thanks to all the new members. Thanks for checking out the live stream. It was really fun. And hopefully I will see you guys next time, if there is next time. Take care. Oh, one more. A girl from Kansas needs to throw water at Abigail. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Well, on that note, thank you, Moonlight XYZ, and thank you all for tuning in. It means a lot. We at one point we had something like 2,400 concurrent viewers, which was kind of neat. So, you know, hopefully the ad breaks weren't too much, and I guess I'll see you guys next time.